Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Skull Trades. Today I just wanted to make a video about how did I start trading, my journey, and what kind of clicked for me. I'm still unprofitable in trading, technically, but I'm super close of getting to my goals actually. And like right now I'm passing the Top Step accounts, and right now I'm doing real money with 150K. But yeah, this video is really just to talk about how I started and kind of motivate whoever's watching this. And yeah, so like, yo, I'm 22. I started trading around 2.5 years ago, and to be quite honest, I've tried multiple businesses before, but I've never really like locked in. I tried drop shipping, for example. I tried affiliate marketing, and yeah, dropshipping, like I think I made like $500, and affiliate marketing I made at least like a band, but I wasn't able to actually withdraw the money with affiliate marketing because I think I did some, I guess it was illegal, or I went against the contract, against the rules, so they didn't pay me and they closed my account. So that was frustrating, but I had to step back from that and really lock in. So like I did try a lot of stuff, but I kid you not, at first, bro, I was just going to school and get back from school and just play Fortnite all day, and like I was lazy. And so like I started doing these things, drop shipping and everything, during like COVID, because I was seeing like Andrew Tate and all these people starting to get money. So I wanted to start this too, and then eventually I like after affiliate marketing, when I was making that band, like in the first month too, like everything was going fine, everything, and it all came crashing down. This is when I realized, like, damn, like this is hard. Like like you can't just make money like that fast, And I realized I needed to put more efforts in. So I kind of like took a break from affiliate marketing because it low-key threw me off. And then I got into, I was watching videos on TikTok and I got into trading. And what's crazy is that when I started to watch these like TikToks about trading and how people make more money in the market and everything, I was talking to one of my friends, and and we were watching these videos together, and we were like, yo, we should probably start trading, And he was like, yeah, bro, actually, like, it looks nice, and bro, you trade like what, an hour, 2 hours, and then you're done with the day. So like the lifestyle was appealing to us. And so I get inside of a Discord call, like just a random, I remember this day, like the 2nd of May, or like the 1st, and I call my friends and I'm like, yo guys, yo, I find this. And then my friend says the same thing, and another friend says, so we're like 4 in the call. My friend and we were watching it together, but 2 other friends, in their own separate ways, they're like, yo bro, we need to tell you something. So like we're like, okay, what's up? So one of my friend goes, he's like, yo, I saw about like trading and it looks cool. And so we're all like, oh shit, same thing for us, we're about to talk about trading. And my other friend, he goes, yo, I've watched videos about trading recently, yo, we should do that. So all 4 of us, like, we didn't talk to each other, we just pull up one day random and we're like, we should start trading. And that was crazy, because it's like, what the hell? So we all started together. We all we just started. We just type on Google how to trade, what is trading. We started, bro, and the journey hasn't been easy, obviously. We've grinded a lot, but like one thing I can say, 2.5 years later, still unprofitable, but really getting there. Like I'm seeing the result, the team is going crazy, is that, we never give up. We never gave up. Always look for the best way to improve. And 2.5 years later, when I feel like it's clicking right now, the best thing I can say for someone that wants to start trading, bro, is find a strategy, and find a strategy that makes sense, for first of all, to you. And like when it makes sense and it can answer your questions when you're looking at the market or whatever you're doing, I think the best thing is to just lock in that strategy. Whether it has 60% win rate or it has 90%, the thing that's really gonna make you profitable is not even a strategy, bro. And 2.5 years later is when I realized the shit that people were saying in these YouTube videos back then is what's making me profitable. Like, it's what's making me become profitable now. And it's literally just to lock in your psychology and having a trading plan and knowing when you should enter and when you should not enter, when you should trade and when you should not trade, how many trades you take, how many trades you don't take. Because at the end of the day, the market goes up and down, right? I have my own strategy. There's people that use SMT. There's people that use what's it called? What's the name of the strategy? ICT concepts, you know. But there's people that use supply and demand, and there's people that use resistance, everything. At the end of the day, if you remove all these lines from the charts, we're all entering at the bottom and selling at the top, or selling at the top and like buying at the bottom if you want, right? You're shorting, you know. So at the end of the day, we're all going, when the market goes up, we're going up, and when the market goes down, we're going down. So every strategy can really work if you know really how to use them and how to execute them. The real thing is just the plan. It's the trading plan and the psychology behind it and being consistent. And like, bro, so bro, I'm telling you, like, there was this, I'm going back to the story. There's a time where like, it's two of my friends plus and one of my friends is what is he? I think he was working like delivering pizzas, just some calm stuff. And the other one of my friend, he's working at Costco, and I work at Costco. And Costco, how it works is you work from, I think, 5 p.m. till like 11. It's disgusting. It's arguably one of the most shittiest job. And I don't know why everybody's telling me like, yo, how did you get into Costco? It's so hard. You don't want to go there, but the bread is nice. I can't lie. So we're waking up at like 7, and this is like 2-3 months into trading, right? And we're already kind of like locking in on one trade a day and at 9:30. This is kind of like what we always went through. Yeah, we did trade London and stuff like that, but this is kind of what we always traded from like these time frames, like from in the morning, always in the morning, and it was one trade a day maximum. We always had this mindset of one trade. You know, I know people go for 6, 7. I know people go for like 87, 8 to 9 trades, but like for us, it was one trade a day. And so we're not making real money, right? We're using a demo, making like $15, right? And on the demo, right? So we're taking trades. So I wake up at 9:30 with the two other my friends. The other friend, he's working construction, so he can't really be there in the morning. And that was hard for him I think the first year, bro, he couldn't even trade in the morning. It was hard. But yeah, so we're there at the morning, we're trading, right? And we take that trade, and let's say we make it $100, demo account, prop money. So we make $100, right? And the videos are telling us like to be able to step away from the charts, but it's the beginning and we need to lock in. So we're just taking trades at 9:30 and then for the rest of the day not doing shit. So like and that was a moment where we were trying to focus on like psychology and being detached from the markets, and we didn't really know that much like what we were doing, but it was so hard. So, and it was hot. I remember it was summertime. It was hot. You would wake up at 9, trade at 9:30 or something like that, and then for the whole day we were playing Valorant and we were manifesting, buying crazy cars and going on trips and doing crazy stuff, right? And what's crazy is that it was probably the worst time of my life. Like, I'm not even playing. Waking up at 9, trading for the trade took like what, 15 to 30 minutes, and then for the rest of the day just playing Valorant and saying like, yo, if I can make it, I'll be able to buy Valorant skins or buy a BMW. And then for the rest of the day just chill and watch videos on YouTube. And then when the time came, I had to go take the bus and go to Costco for the rest of the day, and it was so boring. And that was like for 3 months, to be honest, like from like July to August or June to August. But then August came and I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw ICT. I was like, what the hell is ICT? And everybody's in the comments like, yo, if you're trading, you need to go through ICT. It's just gonna open up doors for you. So I'm like, I tell my friends, yo, there's like this ICT concept, it's like a course and it's free. We might as well do it, right? Because we're taking a free course. You know, there's two paths. It's either you do it free or you pay money to, have a mentor. We wanted to do it free. And to be honest, we could have invested money into that, but at the time we didn't have that type of mindset to put money into those things anyways. So then we learned ICT. I'm telling you, bro, ICT is one of the, he's a W teacher, but bro, he talks like this. What is up, guys? ICT here. Today we're gonna show you how a fair value gap works. And to be honest, I saw a lot of people, he's talking like that, right? So it's obviously boring and everything, but we went through the whole course. I think it was a 2022 mentorship. We went through it, the whole thing. I have like a notebook, bro. And to be honest, I've learned a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like it was part of my journey. Do I still use everything he said? No. But one thing I will always use is fair value gaps and bigger structures. That's just like common stuff, But that mentorship was important, but it showed me why is my notebook way more structured and colorful than when I had a history class, you know what I mean? In history, I was not listening. But when it comes to trading, yo, my notebook was crazy. My mom even told me once, if you would put that effort in school, straight A's everywhere, So then we went through that, and we had one friend that also helped us. He had a course. he had a course, he bought one. One of his friends gave him a course, and he gave us some information. So we used ICT concept plus his information, and we just went along. And sometimes we were close and then not close. And then I think 2-3 months later, after him really explaining stuff, I got my first ever payout, which was crazy. And that was 10 months in trading, and it was $430. And it was a crazy feeling. I was like, what? But it wasn't that much money, right? But it was a crazy feeling, to be honest. And it really showed yo, this can go somewhere. So I kept going, and there was this one time where I was about to get a second payout. I'm thinking probably just 2 months after my first payout, about to get a second payout. And it's so crazy, and it's one prop firm, it's My Funded FX or something. They dropped the leverage from 100% to 50. Yo, this ruined me. Yo, I'm not even playing. I think there was an FOMC. Is it FOMC? There's a day, there's news, right? There's news. I think it's every Wednesday or something. It's not every Wednesday, but there's a news. It's once a month, or probably twice. I think it's FOMC, and it's you can cash a 20 RR move, a 20% return on that. And I started to actually study them because I knew that there was one coming up. So I wanted to study them and catch it. And I made $500 that one day. Boom, right? But it was a 10R. And the fact that the leverage was 50 instead of 100, I only made 500 instead of making 1,000. And then the following days, I went crazy, and then it crashed. My point, it was a one step. So if I had 100% leverage, I could have passed that account, boom, and made maybe another payout of $300, but it would have been enough. That discouraged me so bad, but then I was like, damn. And every time I had these ups and downs, and then I always found a new way to just shift, It's like a wall blocking me, and I was able to go to the left and then go to the right or go above. It doesn't matter. And then, I had to trade with 2 of my friends, and we were trading at 3 in the morning. London, the big London demons. And to be honest, London was fun, I cannot lie, but these are past days. And by the way, all that time that I'm talking about was me trading Forex. And now I do not trade Forex anymore. I traded back then a bit of US30 for 3 months or 4, and then I stopped and we went back to Forex. And then when Trump when Trump became a president, this is where I said, fuck Forex. I said fuck Forex. And that was like, I think like, what, 8 months ago, something like that. Anyways, fuck Forex. I said, it's cool, I'm off Forex. And then I saw this one YouTuber, and he started trading NASDAQ and US30, and I started following his path, to be honest. And I said I'm done with Forex. First of all, the fees are crazy, so I was done with Forex. Crazy fees, and NASDAQ and US30 was just better. And also something I like is the 930 crazy candles, you know, those crazy moves at 930. So with the whole team, we all switched, and we had a lot of strategies, to be honest. But one thing I will say that today is helping us so much in like the past probably like 3 months is to stay consistent and to actually follow your plan. So you build a plan, and you need to build a plan with your personality. The thing about trading is that it's based really on your personality. It's kind of like a mirror. If you're always mad, it's gonna reflect in the charts. If you're happy and you're good in yourself and your confidence, it's gonna show. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna start winning off ramp, but it's gonna show, and you're gonna see results eventually. And bro, the best thing I've realized during all those years and all those fails and all those lost accounts is to just have a good plan, a good consistency, and not be greedy. And like, hey, yeah, my bad, my phone had no more space. But anyways, yeah, so my 3 words that I always like keep in my head, like especially lately, instead of like thinking, yo, I'm gonna win, because everybody says this, instead of focusing on the win and you start focusing on the craft, the results will come. And that's just facts. And instead of like having this mindset of like, I'm gonna win, I'm just thinking about like staying patient, staying confident, and not greedy. And I'm telling you, these are my 3 things that I keep in mind, and it has helped. And to be honest, it is a rocky road. The journey wasn't easy. There was days where it's like, oh my god, I remember. And to be honest, just never gave up. And this is my first video on this channel, but you guys will obviously see that we'll go far. And yeah, anyways, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Love y'all boys. Peace.